As the cleanup and complications continue for fire victims, stories of hope and heroism are emerging, including one from a neighborhood in the Pacific Palisades where becoming friendly with neighbors paid off in a big way.
I've tried to get the fire department here. Hopefully they'll get here before it's too late.
When the last of the residents had evacuated from the Palisades, this was the only update some in the Marquez Knolls neighborhood had on their homes.
I kicked this door in. I'm going to have to abandon this house.
Their neighbor, Robert Trinkeller, defied the orders and stayed behind.
Unfortunately, a propane tank is going up now.
As night fell, that million-dollar view where the mountains meet the ocean became a sea of flames and smoke.
Crazy.
The ocean breeze giving way to 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, and the sanctuaries where people took comfort swallowed by the furious firestorm.
Oh, that tank insurance house.
While many of the homes burned to the ground,
I put on one of my racing suits so to protect me from the fire.
Trinkeller set off to patrol the neighborhood, jumping into action with water hoses, saving multiple homes, including his own, and texting dispatches back to desperate homeowners.
You're looking good. Your house is not on fire. I'm here in case some embers land on it.
One of them, actor James Woods.
And James goes, Robert, you have to check on the old man next door. Well, the caregiver left. We don't know if the authorities told her to leave. Anyway, he was abandoned. Go in the house. Hello, hello. No answer, no answer. Hello, anyone here? And I see there's a fire in the backyard. And then I see him on a side window in bed. You know, he's infirm and Alzheimer's. So, oh my God. So I went in the house and found the doorway in there and opened it slowly.
Trinkeller was able to flag down a firefighter to rescue the man. Living in these hills, it was a threat he always had in the back of his mind.
It wasn't a matter of if. It's going to happen. My plan was to stay. I have a fire hose with 160 PSI. I have a pool. I drive race cars as a hobby, so I have a fire suit. So I was prepared. So I didn't even pack a car to evacuate.
But by the time his own house caught fire, the hydrants had run dry.
So, and I had no water now. So I had to use buckets of water from the pool.
So the water just stopped flowing from the hose?
Yeah, completely.
What was that feeling like?
Horrible. It's like, are you kidding me? How you doing?
His next-door neighbor, Pauletta Chandler, credits him for saving her home as well.
Just can't even imagine what it would have been like if he hadn't stayed, even though we all told him to leave.
And even after the flames were out and the Palisades was in ruins, Trinkeller remained.
Luckily, I just went citrus harvesting, so I had about 20 pounds of citrus in addition to all this water and all this coconut water and my frozen meats that I defrosted.
Living off the grid for the better part of a month, the only human in an eerie hellscape, continuing to check on people's homes.
So we have the solar panel and the generator.
And neighbors forever grateful to the man who stayed behind.
Mentally, I haven't been as good as I normally am, but thinking of things like that, like saving that man's life and the gratitude of the sun, that helps me, definitely. And our community, we really have an amazing community here. I've always known a lot of my neighbors, and now I know probably 10 more.
What a remarkable guy.
I know, and a good idea to get to know your neighbors,
yes.
Right? Of course, we should mention authorities don't want you to stay behind. You should listen to the evacuation orders.
This is it could be a much different story in some cases.
But the neighbors who had their homes saved by him are very grateful, and he obviously was very prepared. So
when he said he had a fire suit from his days in the car industry and racing, and then a fire, I mean, it's like, he was like set up to do this.
Very
almost.
Sustainable, and then he borrowed things that he needed to survive in that basically off the grid from his neighbors. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Great story.
All right. Well, thank you. Rebuilding our community will take a long time, but you don't have to do it alone. KCAL News is here to help. If you have a question or a news tip or a story idea, share it with us by scanning the QR code on your screen or send us a message on kcalnews.com/tips.